Great, Steve, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. Oh, can you read the script? Can you see it?
Oh, hold on. I cannot. So maybe I've got to get out of, I've got to change the screen setup. Not that way. Got to go back to, remind me how I get your screen showing. Oh, there it is up there. I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Now I've got it. Okay. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. I am calling this Bay Village Historic District Commission public hearing to order at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. In accordance with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Executive Order, suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, including the March 29, 2023 legislation extending the suspension of these provisions until June 30th, 2027, we are conducting this meeting online. To ensure public access to the deliberations of the Bay Village Historic District Commission, the public may access this call through telephone and video conferencing.
Great, thank you. And I will just say the commissioners present. We have Steve Dunwell, Catherine Sikora Nelson, and Laura Shea. And staff, Joseph Cornish. I am the Director of Design Review for the Landmarks Commission. So our first agenda item is the ratification of the April 8th, 2025 public hearing minutes. Did everyone have a chance to review those?
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
I did find, and I did want a correction. I am listed as abstaining on the administrative review of 38 Melrose Windows, but I voted to approve.
I thought maybe your audio went out at that point and you had to rejoin, but I'm happy to make that amendment.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't remember abstaining. I remembered approving both 38 Melrose administratively and then the 38 Melrose door.
Okay, I'll make that correction.
Thank you.
Any other corrections? And Craig Douglas has just joined us, so let me.
Oh, great.
Craig, a co-host. So Craig, welcome. We're just at our first agenda item to discuss the ratification of the April 8th, 2025 public hearing minutes. And there's one correction that I will make, that Laura Shea voted to approve both of the applications at Melrose Street.
Okay, so can I ask for a motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Oh, we need a first.
So moved.
Okay, I'm the first.
Oh, you're going to make the motion, Steve?
I'll make the motion to approve. Catherine was the second. All in favor? Say aye, raise your hand. Okay, it's unanimous, so the minutes are accepted.
Great, we'll go to our next item, and that is the application 25.0877BB 110 Arlington Street. And I did send around my staff comments. 110 Arlington Street was constructed in 1931 for commercial, business, office, and retail storefronts. In 2010, the commission approved a 2-story rooftop addition. This building was converted into 5 residential units in 2019. Staff recommends approval, finding that the size and material of the proposed sign is consistent with the district's regulatory standards, and the applicant has revised their presentation, the proposal, to attach the sign into the mortar joints to avoid damaging the building material. Earlier this afternoon, we had a question came up as to the date of this building. I'm fairly confident that I found the original building permit for 1931. There was a 2-story garage here that was raised in 1931, and the existing building that you see here in this image was constructed in 1931, and then the 2-story addition in 2010. But if I would just like to amend my staff recommendation that we approve this with the proviso that staff works with the applicant just to make 100% sure we're correct on the 1931 date. And with that, I'll go. This is a pretty straightforward presentation, and I'll turn it over to Russ and Tabitha if you want to introduce yourselves, and you can just run us through your proposal.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Liberoni with Metro Sign. What we're seeing here is a 1/2-inch thick bronze plaque that we're proposing here at the address, and we are gonna mount this blind stud mounted flush into the mortar joints to avoid disrupting the traditional brick that's on the building.
Hello, my name is Russell Oken. I'm one of the unit owners in the condo. We worked with Metro Sign to come up with something that we thought not only fit the building well, but was of the character and size, etc., of other types of buildings that you see in the area. We're happy. I think it looks fantastic. I'm excited about the fact that the Circa is there, just sort of at the, I don't know if you can see at the bottom, we clearly say Bay Village, a little neighborhood pride, and the Circa. So we'll work with Joe. The date is the date is the date. Whatever it is, it is. So we'll let those chips fall where they are, but we hope you approve this.
Yeah, sounds fantastic. Let me just ask, the words Arlington House, do those have some like historical precedent, or is that kind of like what you've decided to call the building in its current configuration?
That, you know, that was when the plans were prepared and the architect put the package together. This was part of the materials that they presented. I don't know if there was ever any discussion. This predates my involvement with the building. I don't know if there was any discussion with the permitting process about the name. But from everything I've seen, and Joe, maybe there's something you have in your records. From everything I've seen, there's been it used to be the Theodore. I think it was a community center. It had a big, huge name on it at one time.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything historic about the Arlington House name.
Yeah. Yeah. My understanding of it is that it's kind of like a marketing name that.
Yeah, I think you're probably.
This project went through several different iterations before it finally moved in the direction that did. There was talk of having there was going to be a school or a restaurant or a hotel. It tried all kinds of things. The previous name was the Theodore Parker Memorial. When I came here, that's what it was written on the building, and it was a nonprofit, but I don't know what they did. Just curious.
Yeah, no, I think you might be more knowledgeable on it than I, but.
I would say even if, and I'm speaking from the memory and I can be mistaken, if there are other buildings on the very stretch alongside of the public gardens of Arlington Street that may be called Arlington House, the fact that this says Bay Village, I believe makes that distinguished element that I would say saves the day from any, you know, trademark, service mark, protection, naming, marketing, you name it. And I believe the Bay Village is quite significant and, in my personal view, appreciated.
Yeah.
All right, any other commissioner comments or questions? If not, we could open it up for public comment.
I mean, I would just say that I think that the styling of it and the font and the design really do a really nice job of matching the architecture of the building. It's very handsome.
Thank you. You might notice the logo above was designed. You can't see it in the photo that we're looking at, but to either the left and the right of the front door, there's other entrances, and above those doors is glass that has the same style as the logo above the word Arlington. And that's original to 1931 when they built it. I think the developer took care into preserving it. So that's where the foundation of that logo comes from. It's the window structure.
You can see that on Google Street View.
Oh, you can?
Mhm.
I think, Steve, we could open up for public comment if you'd like
Yeah,
to.
sure. So I invite the public to step up with their comments.
Is there anyone present? If you want to raise your hand, I can be happy to unmute you. Oh, maybe there isn't anyone else here. I'll just double check, make sure there's no emails coming in. No, I don't think we have any public comment, Steve. So if someone would like to make a motion, we could move to that.
Right. So I'll ask for someone to propose a motion regarding this new sign.
I can propose that motion to approve the sign as seen on the picture here and the paperwork that appreciates all of the details of the neighborhood and this new design.
Very good.
Do we need to add anything about double checking the date?
Yeah, that's a good point. Catherine, would you just say your motion again, add to it the request to, what's
Correct.
it called? Confer with staff to verify date.
Exactly. So I hereby propose a motion to approve the proposal of the signage on a building as Arlington House Bay Village, circa 1931, subject to reapproval and additional verification by the staff to validate that dates. But given that the reference to approximate Circa statement, it appears to be correct and ready for approval and vote by this commission.
Okay. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Craig. Okay, Craig is seconding. All in favor, please raise your hand or check. I see everyone.
Aye.
Okay, we have 4.
Great.
So that's unanimous, and the project is approved. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank
I'll
you,
be
everyone.
with you all tomorrow with the permit.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm asking our commissioners to stay on for a couple minutes more, just for a couple, updates, possible questions, things like that. And so,
Yeah, we can move Steve to staff updates and
yes.
just,
Okay, good.
yeah, I
Thank
had
you,
planned to.
everyone. Enjoy
Bye.
your days. Thank you very much.
So thanks,
thank you.
Metro. Thank you. Thanks, Russ.
Take care.
So Joe, why don't you tell us about your staff updates, okay?
Yes, yeah, and that it was actually the topic that Steve has asked me to talk about. So it's the violation, apparent violation of a unapproved mechanical unit at Mike and Patty's. And I'm still working with ISD to find out if a building permit was pulled for that. Regardless, they needed to submit a design review application for the commission to review that work because it's clearly visible from a public way. I don't know, has anyone seen? Lori, I know you reported on it, so thank you.
I have also seen it. Catherine, do you know the thing we're talking about? Craig?
Not really, but I trust your
I'll
I would
describe-
say escalation process.
I'll describe very, very quickly. Mike and Patty's is on a
Yep.
corner.
Yeah,
And the entry is the corner. And
precisely.
there are these steps that you go up.
Mhm.
Well, above the entry, they have hung the exterior part of a split air conditioner, rather large one. It's the size of a big suitcase. It's 20 by 24 inches by about 8 inches wide or something. But it's hanging like right over the entry such that if it fell down, it would hit somebody. And plus, it doesn't look right. Some neighbors have brought it to the attention of a couple of people saying, like, what should we do? And Joe knows about it. And so that was that process.
Yeah, if
Did you
I
want to add
suspect,
anything? Or
I
Joe?
suspect that, yeah, I suspect there was no building permit, so I think the first step would be for Inspectional Services Department to issue a violation, and then they would have to come to us for whatever remediation they plan to do. So any new equipment will have to come to us with a design review application.
Right. So to clarify, what I'm hearing is that the process would be ISD, that's inspectional services, would issue a violation. They would then have to take the thing down.
Correct, correct. And but that's if they did not have a building permit. So if it turns out ISD did issue a permit, then it'll be up to me to write a violation on
I see.
behalf
Okay.
of our commission.
Can you go into what's the teeth behind the violation of the historic district guidelines?
Well, we try to work with a property owner without escalation. We do have legally, well, we do have the ability to levy fines, but we don't have an ability to collect them. So we rarely issue fines. We hope to resolve these matters without having to go to court. If necessary, we could go to Superior Court to have it reversed, have a court decide and issue a mandate that it has to be removed. But ideally, if Inspectional Services finds a violation, it's usually faster for them because they have more remedies at hand. Especially if it was a contractor who did work without a building permit. That's not a good position to be in.
So I reported it to you, Joe, under the historic district guidelines, and I also reported it to 311 with the same photograph that I sent you. And it does, and 311, that was 22 days ago. I don't see any activity by ISD on my 311 case. But it appears dangerous. I mean, it's really hanging above the entryway in such a haphazard fashion. I can't understand why it hasn't been acted on by ISD.
Yeah, no, I mean, I will, again, reach out to them to have them go out and take a look.
Hey, Joe, I just sent you a photograph of the same to your email.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, I have a few. Yeah, I have a few. I went out to look at it myself, so I have a few images.
Yeah, it appears that they pulled out an old-fashioned air conditioner in the space above the double entry door.
The transom, yeah.
In the transom, thank you. It looks like they pulled out an old-fashioned air conditioning unit out of the transom, and instead they've covered that up with plywood, and they have a duct coming out to this condenser that is precariously hanging over their entryway. So it's not only in violation of the historic district guidelines, it also appears to be dangerous.
Right, and that's certainly, ISD would be looking at that through code enforcement.
Right, so just to conclude on this, is ISD this is already in their inbox?
Yes.
So we're waiting for them they will do their process. And simultaneously, it'll be revealed whether there was a permit or not.
Correct.
Are we familiar with the owner of 12 Church Street? Does anyone know the owner of 12 Church Street?
Not me.
I believe the BVNA has the Bay Village Neighborhood Association, I believe, has reached out to the property owner to say they're going to have an issue with this from any direction, historic or ISD. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think, for us, ideally, it should be located on the roof or, in the back of the building where it wouldn't be seen. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll have more to report next month.
Thank you. Is there an update on the signage on the South Charles buildings, the florist and the convenience store?
Back in March, the florist had told me he was going to submit a design review application for a new sign, and he never has. I reached out again 2 more times and haven't heard from him. I did stop by the convenience store and ask them when they have their plans for permanent signage to submit that, and I haven't heard back from them either.
What compels them to do it?
I'm sorry?
What compels them to submit a proposal? If
Well,
they already have
again, yeah, you can't get a building permit without submitting a design review application. So when you submit a building permit application, before that is issued, my office is contacted to just check a box to say whether or not it's been approved or if it's exempt from our review.
They just both still look like I mean, the floor still just looks like a temporary vinyl sign hung on grommets. The convenience store looks like a painted wood sign that seems a little more permanent.
Yeah, I mean, I can, certainly the next step would be to issue violations for both of them, and that can get some more of a reaction.
Okay. And then there's been I've been wondering, a new topic is about 143
Sure.
Arlington.
Yeah. So, we really can't,
What?
these weren't on, this is staff updates. So we can't, if a project and a property is not on a public hearing agenda, we can't discuss them. So, if you do have projects, Laura, I'm happy to meet with you. If you want to stay on the call now, after we adjourn, I'm happy to talk to you individually, but we can't really discuss projects and properties without having them as agenda items.
So maybe a quick workaround for that would be to complete the staff updates, complete our business, adjourn the meeting, and then have a brief conversation after that.
Individually, I can only do that individually.
Okay, 1-to-1?
Yes, yep, because we can't, if we were to do that, that would be a violation of open meeting law.
So then Joe and Laura could talk individually if you choose to do that. Okay. So is there more on the staff updates agenda?
No, that's all that I have.
Are there other things we need to talk about before adjourning? Okay, well, not hearing any, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I motion that we adjourn.
Okay, Laura, and I'll second that. And who's in favor? All in favor, say aye, please. Okay, raise your hand. It is unanimous. Okay, we're good. So the meeting is adjourned. And thank you all very, very much.
Thank you. And Laura, do you want to stay on?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thanks, everyone.
I'm going to click off. Well, thank you very much.
We'll see you in July. All right, let me just stop recording here.